And thank you very, very much for joining us at our launch of our Korean operations. Personally, I'm both very proud and excited with this opportunity today, which is another milestone in Workday's history in Asia Pacific. So what I would like to do is share a little bit of an overview with you about Workday and our strategy and our operations. I plan to keep it short because I would like the focus to be on our important panel. But let me give you a quick 5-minute overview about Workday. Safe harbor statement, we're a publicly listed company on NASDAQ, and so I need to put it up and say that I've shown you that slide. Okay, so firstly, 13 years ago, Workday was born as a dream on a piece of paper to be the world's leading HR, financials, and analytics company. 13 years later, we have approximately 2.5 billion US in revenue, and we have a wonderful assortment of treasured partners and customers supporting our growth around the world. In the last quarter, we are coming up to reporting our Q2 results next week, but in the first quarter, Workday delivered 522 million of subscription revenue from our global operations. That was a significant year-on-year growth, but what we were most excited about was 25% of that revenue now came from our international operations. So having been born in Silicon Valley, we started off focusing on the US market. We then started developing EMEA, and in the last 2 years, we have been putting significant investment into the Asia Pacific, Japan, Korea region. We now have 2,200 treasured companies that we are delighted to have as part of the Workday family. Of that, 30% fall into the Fortune 500, some of the world's leading companies in terms of size. And we have most of the disruptive companies who are growing quickly, who are facing a lot of M&A challenges, who are competing for talent, like the Ubers, the Airbnbs, the Hotel.com, Tesla, Netflix. Many of those companies are also Workday customers. We have over 70% of our customers are live and successful, which is very, very important to us. And we're very proud that the independent analysts like Gartner and IDC rank Workday as the world leader in the HR space globally. We were also very honored recently that Forbes magazine published their top 100 most innovative companies globally. On the list of the top 10, 3 companies were cloud-based solution providers, and Workday was very proud to be ranked number 2 of the Fortune 100 most innovative companies. Although we were honored with that acknowledgement, most important to us is that 8 out of the top 10 are Workday customers. And that is the real achievement, I think, that makes us most excited. Now, as we move through to the summary, the core of our business philosophy is we wanted to be very different from our competition. Customer satisfaction was going to be the core of everything that we do. So with our customers, we independently survey them twice a year. The first time is straight after go live, and then for the next year we do that twice a year. and we rank satisfaction and track it very carefully. We have a global target of 95%. Our last result is tracking at 98% customer satisfaction. So again, that's very, very instrumentable and important to what we do. We currently now have 30 million employees globally using Workday in their day-to-day operations. It was not long ago that we were reporting a figure of 22 million. We now have 30 million globally. Here in Korea, we have 290 global companies who are using Workday in the Korean market. So we see this as an exciting stepping stone for us to build on and to grow our business in Korea and to support the very exciting transformational drives that the Korean market is looking at implementing, and the panel will be discussing that further. We're very proud of the user interface that we have at Workday, and that was developed in collaboration with many of the world's most disruptive companies. So when we have customers like Google and Facebook and Netflix, they demand a very sophisticated user interface that is accessible anytime, anywhere. So let me tell you about our beginnings here in Korea. So we see this as some of the key topics in the Korean HR market that need to be tackled. If you can't read that at the back, productivity and welfare balance, fair job opportunity, working hour reduction, and work-life balance are all challenges that the Korean economy is dealing with. Like most other countries around the world, the Korean workforce is having an influx of millennials and a younger generation of workers who are more demanding, are more agile in terms of job swapping, are more demanding about education, about learning, and about career opportunities, and also feeling valued as part of their organization. So the demands on the Korean workforce is changing significantly. What I'd like to share with you is we, with IDC, did an Asia-Pacific survey of the workforce in a number of major countries, including Korea. What was interesting out of that survey is, where is my clicker going? It was very sad that Korea has the highest percentage of unhappy workers in the survey in the whole of the Asia Pacific region. Okay? In fact, if you look at the statistics, 35% are unhappy at work, and 26%, so 1 in 4, plan to leave their jobs within 12 months. The impact on productivity, the impact on alignment of the workforce to deliver on the company's goals is constantly challenged by having such a significant turnover and an unhappy workforce. And I know my colleagues on the panel are dealing with that on a day-to-day basis, and I look forward to them sharing some of the insights with you. The other thing that we find is when we then ask the respondents, why are you unhappy, or why do you want to leave your current role? The respondents replied 62%, my job is at risk, my company is changing, digitalization is impacting the workforce, I don't have the right skills as an employee, and finally, I don't feel engaged or supported by managers who are going to upskill me and make me more valuable and more useful to an organization. It may be easier to change to get those skills as opposed to getting them in-house. So finally, why do Korean employees feel that their job is at risk? Digitalization awareness, 81%. That is a significantly high number. Digitalization is a threat to jobs, 62%. We're hearing about AI, machine learning, will jobs be replaced by chatbots, robots, etc. There's a lot of confusion in the market. And then finally, the confidence to be able to deal with those market challenges puts pressure on individuals and make them feel unsettled in their roles. So it was very interesting, and I think that sets a great foundation for our panel to share with you, do they agree, do they disagree with those findings, and at their own companies, do they see any of those challenges, or are the findings very, very different? So I'd like to close. I'm delighted that we're here in Korea. Really appreciate all your support and attendance, and look forward to spending a couple of hours with you here in Seoul. Thank you.